Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. We're here with week 6 of the VDL up against 6 Foot Hacks. And I'm very sorry to present to you guys. This is a post-com match, as I had a lot of issues during this match with my recording and other stuff. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do post-com from 6 Foot Hacks' perspective this game. Before we get into it, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to 6 Foot Hacks because in the start of this match, my computer froze, and I did not realize until about 2 turns into the game were played through timer. Um, I stupidly thought that 6 Foot was just taking a really long time selecting his lead, and I did not realize the timer wasn't ticking. I didn't realize it was frozen. I was nervous. And essentially, 2 turns were played where I had no idea what had happened, and I had no idea what I had picked, and I didn't get to choose what I had picked. Um, so 6 Foot was really kind enough to allow a restart, same leads, and then play from there. So just huge thank you to 6 Foot for being cool about that. And I'm very sorry because I know that that is such an inconvenience. But yeah, let's get into this match. I've got this sped up a bit because I don't think there's music and postcoms. I've never done it before, so it's probably going to be a bit tough to talk. I also haven't watched this game and played it about like 2 3 weeks ago, so I don't entirely remember. But I'm going to do my best to just sort of talk about my thought process here. So this is the turn that was really kind of funny to me after. I click Toxic here on the Comatose Kamala that cannot be statused, and funnily enough, when timer played out, it selected foul play for me, which was a much better turn. Because this Kamala, after Rocky Helmet Chip, we're going to see here, plus foul play, it was really weakened. It was at like half health, or it would have been at like half health, I believe. Um, and yeah, like I just once we reran, I was kind of thrown off a bit, and yeah, I completely forgot about Comatose and clicked Toxic there, which sucks because I've revealed Toxic, and it's actually at more HP than it was. But I guess that's what I get for being an idiot and not realizing that my screen was frozen. And then, anyway, so that was what happened there. And then I believe he goes into Ho-Oh here. Um, And my response in the Ho-Oh is to immediately go into Garg. I would have toxic this. The plan was to toxic this. But since I'd revealed it early, I didn't want this thing to get a sub up for free. Because I know that he runs sub on his Ho-Oh a lot. And Garg essentially walls this guy. I EV'd my Garg to take Earthquakes and Earth Powers pretty well. We'll see here from this perspective, watching his perspective, that he didn't actually have any ground coverage. So Garg was kind of just a hard wall for this guy. Any hurricanes, and honestly, it does substantial damage, but we have the lefties, so we're able to just kind of tank from Ho all day, every day. Which is just what Garg does. Garg is awesome. It's been amazing for me all season. Um, and then from this point, I'm pretty sure I just wanted to get my rocks up. Rocks are really good into this team, obviously, because Ho being 4 times weak to it. It's not Boots. Um, his only best removal is Kamala, which should have been handled a lot easier than it was. But I made a silly turn with that. I'm pretty sure that's what I do here. I just set rocks. No, I body press. Okay, okay. So apparently I got better at the game in this time than I am now. Yeah, as I said, it's been a long time since I played this game, but that was a great body press from me. Um, but I do really want my rocks up. I guess yes, yeah, I made the right play there. I guess. Dude, postcom is hard. No one's gonna watch this anyway. But I'm just doing it to try to be consistent with my uploads this season. Um, I'm pretty sure I just stay in a 1v1. This guy, I don't I don't remember what I did. I don't. Oh my god, this is gonna be tough. I go straight back out into Mandibuzz, which is fine. This thing's going to take helmet chip. Um, and yeah, so if I had a foul play, this Kamala would be dead, but it is not. And I roost here as he knocks off my helmet, and I'm pretty sure he just survives after the helmet chip. And he actually keeps this around for quite a while, which ended up being really annoying. Um, but pretty much at this point in the game, if I get rocks up, they're here to stay. Um, I don't remember if I got if I got him up. Oh boy, he does have Earth Power. Oh, I don't remember him even clicking Earth Power into my Garg. Okay, I should have watched this game. I just thought I could wing it. Um, anyway, so he keeps going out in a ho on this guy, which honestly I feel like I can take on. Foul play's doing very decent damage to this. Um, and I think at this turn I do try to get my Toxic off. I'm so positive that this thing gets Toxic at some point, and I'm pretty sure this is the turn. Let's see what happens here. I wish there was music, but I don't have the editing skills to get music in the back. I can try maybe. I might need it. I really don't think anyone's gonna watch this video. So you flamethrowers, yeah. So I get my Toxic off this turn, which is just really nice. Mendibar's Garg has just been such an amazing defensive call. I'm very certain I roost this damage off, and I believe he does call that. No, he's just gonna keep attacking me, is he? This Enamorous he had was such a pain. So he can't mines. Um, yeah, the Enamorous was huge in this game, which we shall see in a moment. Yeah, so I just roost that damage off. I'm fairly I can 1v1 this Ho-Oh with foul play, roost, and him being toxic. So I wasn't all that concerned about Calm Mind. I did not expect a Calm Mind set. But even at +1, we still take this flamethrower relatively well, and a foul play plus poison would just. I switch. So I go Gark here. Yeah, fair enough. I think even with Buzz in, I could still 1v1 it. Um, I'm pretty sure I was Terra Fairy on this guy. Um, but I don't think I Terra. I'm pretty sure I double in a Buzz to scout for the ground move. You play so differently when you're actually in the game than when you're spectating. Like I'm spectating my own game here and just thinking, what are you doing? Or like, yeah, just making different. So he goes into Kamala. I don't kill this. This stays around. Do I rock here? I'm pretty sure I got a Buzz. Yeah, so I doubled into Buzz to scout for the ground move. That's what I was doing there. I'm not sure if he ever even reveals it. But we're back to Kamala versus Kamala versus Mandy Buzz. Um, but we're getting good. Like even with a generator, we're getting much more progress than he is. So I did feel good about this start. I would have much preferred that Kamala was dead, but it is not, and it is okay. I'm fairly sure I just U-turn here. Foul play. I might not have even had U-turn. I was foul. I think I was foul play, toxic, roost, defog. So I didn't have U-turn. I don't believe. Um, he goes into Tinglu here. And I just keep foul playing. I'm pretty sure I just go for toxic here because getting toxic on Tinglu is awesome, and I'm not really worried about anything this thing is going to do. I can defog hazards away. I can roost Runation off. So Mandibuzz was the mon I wanted in front of Tinglu. Yeah, so I just toxic this guy. So Mandibuzz is really just putting in work against 6-foot's team here. Runation is fine. Like I can just roost that off, get my toxic chip, and just essentially win this exchange. Um, Partly why I went helmet on this guy. I just wasn't really worried about hazards. Um, yeah, so I roost here, get back to full, and then I can essentially just default roost spam until Tinglu's out of the way and hazards are out of the way. Um, so yeah, Mandybuzz's just putting in work. It's a slow start to this game. This here is an interaction I did not consider in prep. Um, Contrary Enamorous with Defog is going to boost its evasion. So yeah, a bit of a blunder on my behalf with prep wise there, because this ended up actually mattering a little bit, that his evasiveness rose. But I'm able to get rid of the rock, which is nice. I don't have any removal outside of Defog, so if we do play again, this Enamorous is a big problem. It is by far the most threatening piece in this game against me. I wasn't overly prepared for a contrary set. I just thought that like Moonblast, Earth Power was just like super freeing to me. But he brings contrary. And like I also didn't expect the physical Enam against the Zamazenta matchup. But he brought it and it was really good into me. This was AV Muck, like max special defense AV Muck to take Earth Powers. So yeah, I thought Muck could essentially just wall this guy. But you'll see that this superpowers and play rough, once he keeps boosting his attack, ends up really doing a lot to me. I don't think he switches here because I know the evasion boost comes into play. And I don't know if I give it to him again. So he does switch, so I must give him the evasion boost. Pretty much, I end up missing a 100% accurate move against that Enam, which really put me in a bad spot against it. But we're going to knock off the Charty Berry on this Ho-Oh here, which was awesome because I did have some rock coverage for this guy. So the Muck set, I believe, was AV with Poison Jab knockoff. I think it had a rock move. I can't remember. This is awful commentary. I'm sorry, guys. But hey, a upload is better than no upload. So he goes Ting Lu. I do think I had Drain Punch for this guy, so I had Rock Slide on this Muck. It misses there. That does not matter. That would have done nothing to Ting Lu anyway. And I'm just going to get up out in Mandibuzz, I assume. Mandibuzz comes in on Ting Lu all day, every day. And I did not want my Muck getting weakened because I needed it for that Enamorous. So he makes a double here into the Enam, which puts me in a bad spot. So it was great. Okay, never mind. I went Primarina. I'm just gonna get every turn of my own turns wrong. I promise it's me playing. I swear it's me playing. I went Primarina. I'm fairly positive I was Citrus Berry on the Primarina, so that if he did click Runation, I would get that recovery. So I think that's why I went Primarina there. I didn't want. I knew Mandibuzz was an obvious play. So that's why I went Primarina here. This Primarina set, yeah, is Citrus Berry. He misses this play off, which is really unfortunate for him, because that would have done a lot to my Prim. I don't think Prim had much physical defense investment in it. It definitely was a bulky Prim set, I believe. Yeah, Citrus Berry bulky it was. Because yeah, I also wanted it to come in on Ting Lu. And then against this guy, I think I go Mewtwo. I think Mewtwo's my... or do I just go right in the mark? Sorry, I hiccuped. Yeah, so I went Mewtwo here. And this is, I think, where I reveal my tech move for the game, which I'll talk about when it happens and talk about why I brought it. It is something I do regret bringing, because it was a bit of a dirty trick. So I side strike. I'm not going. Okay, I'm not going to talk about what I brought just yet because I don't want to spoil the game. But essentially, I bring some tech that I ended up regretting. Um, yeah, this game, I was not pleased with the outcome either. After I'd fucked around at the start with my computer freezing. But yeah, so side strike takes out the Kamala, which was awesome, and Ting Lu comes back in. He's going to go rocks, and I'm pretty sure I do go. But I either go back in the buzz here or I grass knot for damage on this guy, expecting him to set hazards. Because I definitely wanted this thing chipped down. Because once this thing was chipped down, Mewtwo just went crazy. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure I go in the buzz this time because I know the hazards are coming, and my boots have. Oh, no, I wasn't even boots, but I didn't want to take the yeah, I didn't want to take the rocks chip on this guy. So this, I believe, is where I defog again and give the Enamorous and Evasion boost again. Because yeah, he just goes Enam every time on my buzz. And I think that's the only other time that he gets hazards up, if my memory serves me correct, which it has done a very poor job at doing so far. So yeah, defog, give the evasion boost. I've just like never really been in a situation where evasion's been boosted. So it just wasn't crossing my mind that this could potentially screw me. Because you're not normally allowed to boost your evasion in draft, it's banned, but obviously because I'm doing it to him, it's perfectly fair play. So I go into Muck here, as this thing really just starts doing a lot of damage with Superpower as it keeps boosting. Um, I made the read that he would switch last time with knockoff, but at this point I definitely wanted the poison jab because I was realizing how much of a threat this was. He play Russ, I believe, and it just does insane damage at +1. Yeah, so I made the correct play here in poison jabbing, and it misses. I really, really needed that poison jab on this Enamorous because this thing was just such a threat. He did miss a play rough against me on Primarina, but that poison jab miss was huge as he was able to get his Enamorous to +2 attack, +2 defense at this point. And my Mewtwo is Psystrike, which goes off of defense. So I was really kind of running low on options for this guy. Um, so yeah, that miss was huge. Um, but I'm not gonna say I got unlucky in this match, and you you will see why. But that definitely put me in a bad spot at this point in the game. At this moment, I'm sort of sitting there and I'm kind of looking at my team, and I'm thinking, shit, this Enamorous is a threat. And that's what happens when you don't prepare for contrary Enam, because it is a very scary mon. So I'm pretty sure I do go Mewtwo because I do have one move to hit it with. And I'm pretty sure I scare the Enam out. I think he fears a Thunderbolt here, which is not what I go for. And this is where I kind of reveal my move. I'm pretty sure he always goes Ting here. Ting is such a free switch into Mewtwo. Even like expert belt boosted grass knot, like Ting just eats it. But the poison's massive, and he's still got his citrus here. He's definitely expecting a Thunderbolt, which is probably why he's expecting Dragapult. I mean, thinking he can get Dragapult in safely, but I'm fairly sure he just goes Ting, which he does, yeah. And I had no business to call this and click Grass Knot here. I just needed to damage this Enam. So I go for Ancient Power here, which was my rock move to hit Ho-Oh. And I was just really just trying for an Omni boost this game. I thought my reasoning behind it was Power Gem was still a 2-hit KO regardless to Ho-Oh. Ancient Power and Power Gem were both 2-hit KOs. So I kind of just thought, why not? Why not? You never know if you get the 10% chance. And we'll see what happens there. He unfortunately misses a runation here, which kind of ends up being massive in the end game. So even though I missed the poison jab, I've been getting pretty lucky in this game, and my luck significantly increases. I'm sure everyone knows what's going to happen or already knows. Like the only people that watch my videos are people that are playing in this league, which is fine. Um, Everyone knows what happens. But anyway, let's talk about what's happening in front of us. He gets a free pulse switch, and this is just the freest U-turn of all time. But I don't want to take it with Mewtwo. So I'm pretty sure I go Mandy Buzz here. I don't think I go Primarina just yet. As he says, I don't even switch. And he turns out to be Screen's Pult. Side Strike should hit through Light Screen, but it does not. That's not how it works. I guess that's fair enough. As he Curse Bodies, and I can't Side Strike here. I don't exactly remember my Mewtwo set. It was Grass Knot, Side Strike, Ancient Power, something else. Um, This was a really cool Dragapult. I did not expect Screen's Curse. I really just expected an offensive set into my Mewtwo. Um, he also wouldn't have been expecting me to stay in there. So at this turn, after the Curse Body, I do withdraw, and once I find it, it screens. And I go into my Garg here. Um, why? I couldn't tell ya. Um, we do take on, because we're Terra Fairy. So we're Terra Fairy on this guy, and with Purifying Salt, we take on Dragapult really well, except he's this really cool curse set. So he was probably expecting Terra Fairy Garg. So he brought this really cool set to break my Garg down. But I can just recover that off, as Garg is just like one of the greatest walls in the game. Um, so yeah, he still gets Light Screen up. He gets his Reflect up here. I'm pretty sure I just Terra Blast this guy. Or recover. One of the two. One of the two. Oh, this is probably the worst video I've ever had. Let's see what I do here. Yeah, recover it off. That's actually probably the correct play, to recover there and just try to stall screen turns as much as I can. Because I did not want that Dragonite coming in and setting up behind screens, because that's terrifying. And everyone that's been playing knows how strong that Dragonite's been. So I switch here into my Manibuzz as he catches me on the U-turn, and unfortunately it's just going to get that massive threat of Enamorous back in, which is just really the only Pokemon that's just really been doing much to me in this match. At this point in the game, I'm still feeling really confident. I feel like even though I haven't really made the correct plays, momentum's sort of been in my favor. Um, as he goes Ho-Oh. Oh my god, I've gotten this wrong. Um, I don't know why he went Ho-Oh here. Like Buzz just beats this 1v1 all the time. As he doubles into the Enam. So I guess he just wanted. So he knows this is a good play for him, honestly, because he knows that Enam just sits on Buzz. So he went for the regenerator there. So that's completely fair. As I switch, fortunately, maybe I saw that coming, maybe I didn't. I don't remember. No, because Garg's just I didn't call the double. Garg's just my designated Ho-Oh and Dragapult counter. Um, but this worked out for me. I do Terra here as I fear a superpower, and Ho-Oh's just proven not to be a threat in this game. So I much prefer my Terra Fairy into the Enam than I do my Terra Rock into the Ho-Oh. Well, not my Terra Rock, just my Rock typing. So I'm pretty sure that's what I just end up doing here. I'm pretty sure he stays in. And yeah, so he goes for superpower as I do Terra. Um, and I think I just went for a Stone Edge. I believe I was packing Stone Edge. Or I might have set, nah, I wouldn't have set my rocks in front of this thing, surely. So superpowers, that does nothing. And our Stone Edge, and we do connect, but unfortunately with the defense boost, we do fuck all damage. So this is where like that poison jab miss sucked. But I am by no shape or means saying I got unlucky in this battle. I want to make that clear. This might have been the luckiest battle of my life, which I do regret in the end. Um, but oh well. When I prep to win. And then once things happen, you maybe sort of feel a different way about it. But this Enam is just continuing to be a massive threat. I do not have a single player I've switched now that Muck is gone. And he just decides he's going to keep superpowering and setting up in front of my Garg, which is completely fair. As I do recover, and I'm just allowing this guy to boost himself. But essentially, I don't know. I don't give my Garg to this. I think I just keep playing for a Stone Edge crit. Um, so yeah, player's just gonna be a clean 2-hit KO, and I missed this Stone Edge. Completely fair that happens. Um, I don't know if I let Garg go down. I can't actually remember what I do. Oh yeah, and the reflect was up. That's why that Stone Edge did nothing as well. But yeah, so at this point, I'm starting to get into a bad spot. This Enam's really putting me in a bad spot. Um, really good set. Um, but yeah, I essentially just have to sack something at this point. I'm pretty sure Prim could actually maybe come in, take a hit, Citrus, and take another, which I think might be what I do. Um, I just can't remember exactly. So no, I just let guard go down. Um, yeah, so I had to sack something there. That this Enam is just incredibly threatening, especially behind screens. So that's what happened there. Um, and then yeah, my only thing that can revenge this is Mewtwo, and I have to click Ancient Power here. It's the only thing that can hit this thing. So yeah, as I mentioned before, the reason I went Ancient Power was like if that and Power Gem are 2-hit KOs, why not go for it, right? Like you may as well. I was not expecting to, but I thought, why not? I may as well. I'm playing to win. I go for the Ancient Power, and we get the Omni Boost, which is just crazy. And at this point, I'm like, holy shit, does Mewtwo just win? He's obviously still got that Dragonite with the multi-scale, so at this point, I'm like, this puts me in a good spot, but Dragonite is still a threat. I wish I could have heard 6-Foot's reactions to this, but unfortunately he forgot to record game audio, or something happened maybe with my fuck up at the start. But my play here is always to just Ancient Power again, because it's going to take out this Ho-Oh, and why not, right? So I don't know why I'm thinking I Ancient Power again, and we get 2 Omni Power boosts with Ancient Power in a row. I have no idea what the chances of that are. Um, and 6-Foot, I doubt you're watching this. I doubt anyone's watching this. I'm so very sorry. Um, I didn't expect it to go like this. But now Dragonite comes in. It's literally all he can do. Yeah, like I'm +2 in every stat. So after 2 Omni boosts, like that's just game. Like there's no way to beat a Mewtwo with 2 Omni boosts. Like that's just insane. Um, if you are watching this 6-Foot, I am not going to bring Ancient Power if we rematch. I want a nice, clean, fun game as we both. He finished first, I finished second. So he does live the Psy Strike through multi-scale, but at +2 defense, we just chew this Earthquake. And Mewtwo is just going to clean out the game. There's absolutely nothing he can do. He can E-Speed, hope for a crit. Even then, we don't go down. It's just wraps. I couldn't believe that happened. And then I thought that an Omni Boost would be so hype, and then this happened after we were having in like a really close and like even match, and it just didn't feel as good as I thought it would. I felt like it was a bit of a cheap trick. Um, so this ended up being the only loss 6 foot hacks got all season. Um, I do believe I was in a good spot regardless. I'm not going to say that the Omni Boost guaranteed uh, a win when I was in a losing position, because I don't believe I was in a losing position, but it certainly guaranteed a win. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, there's just absolutely nothing 6 foot can do here. So once again, like I feel awful. Like after I fucked up at the start, I pulled 2 Omni Boosts in a row. Um, and that's, yeah, the only loss he's had all season. So I really sincerely do hope we rematch again in playoffs, and I can, one, not fuck the recording up, and two, give a good even game. But yeah, like as I said, when prepping, you prep to win. Like you want to win. Winning is obviously the most important thing. I mean, having fun. Some may say, that sounds bad. Some may say having fun. But everyone wants to win. I prepped. I brought what I thought would give me the best chances of winning. Um, but I learnt after this match that sometimes that's not the best thing to do, because I didn't feel like a winner. 6 foot was pretty upset after this match, which is completely fair. Like as I said, I fucked up at the start. He was kind enough to restart the game, and then he just gets punished with 2 Omni Boosts in a row. So I'm very very sorry. And yeah, hopefully we can have a rematch. And yeah, that it was my week 6 battle. If anyone watched this, I don't know. Thank you. I don't know why. Yeah, and see you guys in the next one.